Hello, everybody.
Number 5 on the docket, 25-2-92608, the Abol Living Trust v. Michelle LeBaum, Cindy Nelson. I know I have Mr. McCreary on the line for plaintiffs. Good afternoon.
Hello.
And then they're an iPad booth. Is this Cindy Nielsen and Michelle LeBaum?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, Mr. McCreary, I will turn it over to you.
Your Honor, this is on my client's motion for contempt. You ordered that folks remove from the property and basically abate the nuisance and illegal activity that's going on there between it being a campground illegally and the county nuisance abatement warnings that we've received regarding all the trash and whatnot. And it wasn't removed. The people were not gone by the time set by the court. And so we brought this motion on for contempt, and we're asking the court to enter sanctions. I guess I could say I gave the court a list of things to sort of select from if the court so desires. Primarily, or firstly, the attorney's fees and costs for having to bring the motion, potentially striking the defendant's pleadings, and ordering default be entered along with a judgment for a writ of ejectment. I mean, we provided photographs, and clearly the place has not been cleaned up and things moved out. People are saying that Ms. Nielsen and Ms. LeBaum moved out, but it doesn't look to have changed much. So that's our request to the court.
All right. So I don't know who wants to speak first, Ms. LeBaum or Ms. Nielsen.
I will.
And Your Honor, I will say that's my motion for contempt. I also have a motion for summary judgment pending.
Thank you.
I was out, my trailer was empty and I was out of the property by the 15th. The trailer was there until I think the 21st or 22nd. I gave it to a homeless girl and she was just trying to get somebody to come and get it for her and pull it off of there. And one of the trailers was unmovable. It was a hazard to move it. And so the guy who was in that one was tearing it down. You could see it being tore down in the pictures.
So where do we stand here today with what's left to be done? What do you need to still remove?
There's one motorhome on there. The guy who's been staying in that was sick and he just got out of the hospital. He's staying at a friend's house right now until he recovers a little bit better. But that's about the only thing that's, as far as the RVs that are left on the property, it's just the motorhome, but he's not in it. It's just there.
Whose motorhome is it?
It's his name's Ron Gordorsky, I think is his Gordorsky.
So it's not yours, is what you're telling me?
Nope. Mine is gone. My trailer's gone.
Are your belongings gone?
Yeah, I just have a couple little things there. I have like a swimming pool that's in the box that I haven't taken off, but that's about it.
Okay. Did you also want to speak, ma'am?
Oh, no.
No.
Everything.
Okay. No, Cindy wasn't out on the property, so.
Okay. And just to make sure for our record, because I might have, okay, they got that correct. We were just clarifying who was doing the speaking. I just want to make sure, Michelle LeBaum, you are the one speaking, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Mr. McCreary, based on that, anything you want to add?
I mean, Ms. Nielsen is the one who claims at some level that isn't entirely clear at this point that that title was in the name of Ammon Taylor, who is not Ms. Nielsen. So, you know, someone takes your bike and you go and confront them about it, and what they tell you, no, my friend bought it. that doesn't mean that it's your bike to keep. Same thing with this property. You don't just show up and say the guy who used to live here allegedly bought it, and now I'm here because I knew him or I was in a relationship with him or whatever. There's no rights here. And the contempt motion is, I mean, it had to be brought because Your Honor's order to remove things from the property was not completed. This is these folks and all others, and they're, to some extent, Ms. Nielsen is claiming that somehow she's the owner or has rights to it, but yet she didn't clear out all the other people who were on the property, essentially under her control, if she's actually some kind of owner. So as it stands, we still have the people on the property, even though Your Honor has entered an order. The notion that things are being disassembled on the property doesn't really help the case for defendants. My client now has junk in a state of disassembly going on the property. Um, and you can see from our process servers uh, affidavit, there are people who show up and apparently are just freestyle living out there. And my client owns property that he can't do much with because there's people out there just choosing to live there, perhaps just moved in since the court originally entered an order. Um, we have to, I would submit we need to create some level of order on the property, and we're trying to use the courts as the appropriate means to do that.
So here's what I'm going to do, and I, very much take into account, I've let Ms. LeBaum speak. I don't have anything in writing. There's no proof that these things have been moved. There's some indications there's still things there. I am going to, I'm going to bifurcate this a bit, knowing I believe our summary judgment hearing is set for the 3rd. Is that right? December 3rd?
I think so. I think it's the third or the fourth.
I don't remember offhand.
Yep, I have it right in front of me. So we are set for summary judgment on the underlying ejectment action, which will move forward on December 3rd. For the motion in front of me today, I am going to find contempt. I don't believe that my order has been fully complied with. On number 2 of that order, and I can make these changes, or Mr. McCreary, you can send a proposed order over, but on number 2, in order to avoid a further finding of non-compliance, the date set in that is going to be November 21st, so next Friday. Everything, so that includes all RVs, all motorhomes, all trailers, all personal property, etc., needs to be fully moved to avoid further non-compliance. I will award sanctions in the amount of $1,500 in attorney fees and $100 in costs for having to bring this contempt motion. I am going to reserve on the requests under 5 and 6. That is striking pleadings and issuing the writ of ejectment. I'll reserve those to our December 3rd hearing. And depending on the result of the summary judgment hearing, those may become moot or not, but we'll address them. If I don't grant summary judgment, I'll address it in the contempt hearing at that time.
Okay, so this is, I'm fine with the court handwriting
Okay.
changes to the order. And so we're effectively setting a review of this for December 3rd.
Correct. So we already have the summary judgment on the underlying writ on the 3rd. So we'll add, it'll show up as 2 dockets, the summary judgment and review on contempt. And then I will amend the order that was prepared. It'll keep in numbers 2, 3, and 4 of your proposed order and reserve on 5 and 6 to December 3rd.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
And what I would anticipate is the court will want some proof relating to the condition of the property prior to the December 3rd hearing. If the operative date is the 3rd, then we probably don't know in real time. If the operative date is the 1st, then I can get pictures and a declaration.
So, and hopefully I didn't skip over this, that under number 2, that compliance date is going to be the 21st.
Right. Okay.
So
Sorry, I was
my,
putting two things
yeah,
together there and I didn't
yeah,
piece that.
no, it's, well, and that was my thought too. So, was that your firm may need a week to figure out if things were complied with before we come back on the 3rd.
Okay.
We don't record everything in spy bills.
Say that again. I didn't hear you, ma'am.
Oh, I was just saying that we don't have court on the 21st. Everything just has
Correct.
to be off the property.
Correct. Correct. So I'm giving you about 10 days to further comply with this order before a second contempt motion could potentially be heard. So 10 days to kind of get that done. If you want to submit proof that following week that it was complied with, you also have time to do that before the December 3rd hearing.
Okay.
Okay.
And we turn in any pictures we turn into the courts after
You
the
can,
right.
you can file anything with the court.
Okay.
We don't typically allow colored pictures. Those could get turned away. So,
Okay.
okay. Anything else, Mr. McCreary, on this case?
In terms of the date by which those pictures or affidavits would be submitted, would that be on Monday the 1st?
Let's do, since that is a holiday week, that next week, I know Thursday, and I would probably set Friday, but that won't happen. So let's do that for everyone. If there's additional materials for me to review before the 3rd, have those filed with the clerk by Monday, December 1st. If you do wait that long, please give a second just bench copy because it won't get scanned in 2 days.
Okay. What's the bench?
Okay.
What's a bench copy?
A bench copy is, so if I want to file this paper with the clerk, I
Right.
just make a second copy. It's not filed with the clerk. It's given to court administration just to give directly to me.
Okay.
So 2 pieces of paper, one gets filed, one gets sent back as a draft, a copy.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I'm sorry
Yes.
for a little extra new business with this, but I don't have any mailing address for these folks. So we're forced to send a process server out there, and that's not entirely safe in my process server's estimation.
Okay.
There was a gruff gentleman who came out and approached her after talking with one of the women she found out there and sort of chased her off. And so we had to send a different process server who is a large bearded gentleman. And I would rather not have to jump through those hoops. And I would assume that these folks are obligated to provide some mailing address to us.
Yeah. So do you all have a mailing address or
Yeah. Ostrander Road.
hold on, you're going to have to repeat that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ostrander Road.
Okay.
Okay. That is the address that we will deem sufficient service mailed to. Okay.
Okay. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else on this matter?
I think that's everything.
Okay. All right. Thank you all. We'll see you back on the 3rd.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. To the clerks or admin, anything else we need to do on this docket?
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.